believe it or not, we're almost done exploring this area of the Wayward Cave. Yeah, I can't believe how quickly I got through this place. I mean, I thought I would spend at least 4 videos in here, but I only took 3 videos to get through with this place. Okay, so after I get out of here, I'm going to go explore the other area of the Wayward Cave. I believe I showed you the entrance to that place before I entered the Wayward Cave itself, and I have a lot to say about that area of the Wayward Cave in Pokemon Blade Platinum because, yeah, my experience there, it wasn't very good. It was an absolute nightmare. Why? Because I was being faced with wild Pokemon that were high leveled and were fully evolved. What level were they? Well, how does close to being level 60 sound? Yeah, they were that high. But lucky for me, my Torterra was at level 51, so I guess it was able to hold its own against those Pokemon, but it can only do that for so long. Anyway, what were the Pokemon I found down there? Well, they consisted of Exploud, Golem, Machamp, Altaria, Flygon, Salamence, Metagross, Dragonite, Tyranitar, Garchomp, and the occasional Deoxys, because yeah, I found Deoxys down there. Why is it there? Well, I have absolutely no idea. I don't know if there are any forums for Pokemon Blade Platinum, but if there are, then I would really like to see them because it's kind of strange as to why Deoxys would be down there, especially since it was at level 70. Did I capture it? Well, no, because I didn't have the necessary Pokeballs on me to capture it, and also because, well, my level, it wasn't really close to Deoxys' level. Like I said, my Torterra was at level 51 at the time, and, well, I did say that Torterra can hold its own against those wild Pokemon, but not against a legendary Pokemon that's 19 levels ahead of me. So, yeah, actually, I did not capture Deoxys. Okay, so I don't remember if Deoxys really dominated me in any way, but I do remember struggling with 2 moves in particular that did not come from Deoxys. It came from both Golem and Machamp, and those 2 moves were Explosion and Dynamic Punch. Okay, so when I encountered Golem, almost all the time it kept on going for Explosion, and when it did that, well, after the battle was done, I had to heal up Torterra with Super Potions. And then, as for Machamp, well, if I were to encounter Machamp, well, almost all the time it had no guard, which ensures that all attacks will land, so that means I was being faced with perfect accuracy dynamic punches over and over again. And unfortunately, I don't think I had anything on me that could heal off the confusion, especially not full heals, because I don't think I have access to full heals quite yet. Well, actually, I did have some person berries on me, but I'll be honest, I only use berries as sort of a last resort. And in that instance, well, I wouldn't really call that a last resort. So yeah, with no other option, I was forced to fight through the confusion, and I guess almost all the time it was successful. Okay, another Pokemon I encountered down there, I did say was Garchomp. Believe it or not, I don't think Garchomp gave me a whole lot of trouble, especially since it kept on spamming Dig over and over again, which I guess was good for me because, well, as you know, if you use Earthquake on a Pokemon that's in the process of using Dig, then Earthquake will do double the damage. But since Garchomp is a pseudo legendary, that means it has the bulk to withstand something like that. So naturally, I did not take down Garchomp in one hit. But on a more positive note, at least Torterra didn't die to the Dig since Torterra is resistant to ground type attacks. As for Garchomp's other attacks, well, I want to say Torterra was taking either Dragon Rushes or Dragon Claws to the face, but to be honest, I don't quite remember which one of those 2 moves was it. Well, anyway, those 2 moves hit hard coming from a Garchomp, so I shouldn't be surprised in the slightest. Okay, I finally made it to the exits. Okay, and upon reaching here, I'm pretty sure Mira is going to give me a gift for taking her to the exits, and I believe it's supposed to be the TM for Dazzling Gleam. Okay, yes it is. Okay, in this game, TM85 contains Dazzling Gleam, not Dream Eater. Okay, I seem to recall that somebody in Eterna City wanted to teach their Pokemon Dazzling Gleam, but I'm not going to go back to Eterna City quite yet because there's still a matter of exploring the other area of the Wayward Cave. Okay, and I believe the entrance is right over here. Okay, if you're playing Diamond and Pearl, then I believe there will be some strange boulders over here preventing you from going downstairs. But since you're playing Platinum, you can go down here the minute you enter inside this area of the Wayward Cave. Okay, so this area of the Wayward Cave consists of mud slopes that you could ride upon using your bike, as well as those bike ramps that you saw back in the Oreburg Gates. But the problem is, riding on those things, the bike ramps that is going to be a lot harder than it was back in the Oreburg Gate because, well, there's a lot more open space in this area, so that means these wild Pokemon are going to interrupt my momentum, and it might get to a point where I might be forced to use repels. Yeah, that's how bad it is. Okay, well, at least I made it up these mud slopes. Okay, when riding on these bike ramps, you can go with either the high gear or the low gear. So for this one, I'm going to go with the high gear because that's going to take me all the way over here. Okay, and as for that bike ramp you see to the left of the screen, I'm going to ride on it again, and this time I'm going to go with the low gear. Okay, there we go. And upon doing that, that's going to take me to another area of this current place. Yeah, I will admit it is kind of complicated to get through here, especially since these wild Pokemon constantly interrupt you. Unless, of course, you do use repels, so that way you can get through here a little bit faster. I just hope I don't have to do that. Okay, I'm going to shift back to the high gear because I need to use the high gear in order to get across that bike ramp you see to the left. Okay, so if you're playing the original Diamond, Pearl, and Platinum, then once you get to the secluded area of this current area of the Wayward Cave, you're going to get the TM for Earthquake. However, in this game, the TM for Earthquake has been moved to Fieldstone City. Yeah, somebody is going to give it to you. So, taking the place of that TM for Earthquake, well, it's a different item, as well as something else that's going to happen there. What is it? Well, you'll see once I eventually get there. Okay, I'm doing good so far. Looks like I don't need to use any repels quite yet, although I may go back on that decision because, well, you never know what could happen. Oh, fake out? Oh, come on, that's so annoying. Oh, yeah, that's Sableye for you. Okay, well, those Pokemon I mentioned back in Pokemon Blade Platinum, I'm really glad I don't have to face them in this game because if so, then I think I would come back here later so that way I don't get my ass kicked left and right because, yeah, I just barely survived that beating that I took back when I played Pokemon Blade Platinum. But I'll be honest, I don't really like that game very much because, well, there's so many things that have been switched up. It's to the point where I don't really like those particular changes. Okay, so let me see if I could ride on that bike ramp after picking up this script claw here. Okay, here we go. Alright, perfect. Okay, so as for those mud slopes, well, hopefully I could successfully ride up that mud slope because, yeah, these wild Pokemon could also interrupt me when I'm trying to ride on that mud slope, and if that's the case, then I might have to use repels. Okay, I seem to recall getting repels from Professor Rowan when I exited his lab back in Sandrum Town, so if push comes to shove, then I guess I can use those repels to good use. Okay, I have a feeling there's some hidden items in the area, but if so, then I don't really care. Okay, there's nothing over here. Alright, here we go. Okay, those narrow pathways you see there, or you may have seen there before I got interrupted by this battle toy, for some reason, you can still encounter wild Pokemon when riding across those narrow pathways. Yeah, I'm not really sure how that's possible. Well, you're not going to see those narrow pathways again once you reach Route 212, but you're not going to encounter any wild Pokemon on them, so I guess that's saving grace. Okay, over here we have a rare candy. Okay, I'm going to get back to where I was just at. Okay, man. Okay, so I'm almost close to the last bike ramp in this place. But the problem is, I have to make a sharp 90-degree turn, and that's going to be sort of hard for me because, well, not only are the wild Pokemon a huge issue for me, but, yeah, making a sharp 90-degree turn, yeah, I'm not very good with that. Okay, good thing Detect didn't work because, Well, every time you use detect or protect, the chances of it succeeding go down by half. Okay, let me see if I can try to get over here. Alright, perfect. Okay, now let me see if I can ride over that bike ramp. Nope, too early. Come on. Alright, perfect. And I didn't have to use any repels. Okay, so by going up here, that item you see there, it is not the TM for Earthquake anymore, it's something different. Okay, now before I progress further, I'm going to put Murkrow up first because, well, I'm not going to get the TM for Earthquake, but I will get an Earthquake, and I get jumped by a Gabite. Okay, good thing I remembered that this was here, otherwise, it's going to be the same thing that I experienced back at the old chateau where I got jumped unexpectedly by a Gengar. Okay, so since this is a one-off Pokemon, I feel obligated to capture it, so I'm going to do just that. Okay, it's going for Dig. Well, okay, well, at least I won't take any damage from the Dig because I'm immune to that. Okay, I'm going to go with Haze so that way I don't waste any power points from the moves that I'm currently using. Okay, if I use Nightshade again, then I might actually kill this Gabite, not to mention the fact that this Gabite has Takedown on it, so the recoil damage might kill it, so I'm going to do my very best to prevent that from happening. Okay, Sandstorm. Okay, I guess that's good because I'm not going to take damage from the Sandstorm since I'm a ground type. Okay, I'm going to start throwing some Nest Balls now. Okay, Nest Balls work best on Pokemon found in the wild. If they're weaker than your current Pokemon. One. Oh wow, kicks out at one. Figures much because that Nest Ball was shaking sort of wildly. Okay, Dragon Rage. Okay, that's going to do 40 damage to me every turn, assuming Gabite does go for Dragon Rage all the time. Oh yeah, I can only take those Dragon Rages for so long. So hopefully I capture this thing and fast. Okay, not with that ball, that's for sure. Okay, takedown. How much is it going to do to itself? Okay, it didn't look like its HP bar moved at all. Okay, well, I'm just going to keep chucking away and hoping for the best. Okay, just like Gibble, Gabite also has a catch rate of 45, so hopefully I can capture this thing soon. Okay, here comes another Dragon Rage. Let me see. I think I can only take 2 more of those Dragon Rages before Torterra goes down. Okay, hopefully it doesn't go for a Dragon Rage again. It's all a matter if these Nest Balls will just capture this thing. Oh, Dragon Rage again? Oh no, not good. Okay, maybe I should go over to Murkrow so that way I could save Torterra from dying to a Dragon Rage. I mean, I'm not going to use this Gabite on my team, but as I said, this is a one-off Pokemon, so yeah, I do want to capture this thing. Okay, going for a Dig again. So I'm just going to go for Haze so that way I don't waste any of my moves that I'm currently using. Okay, there we go. Okay, let's see if this Nest Ball will do the trick. Come on, please. 1, 2, 3. Yes, got it. Okay, when the Nest Ball shook once, I thought it was going to come out, but it looks like that was not the case. Okay, so let's see what we have to say about the cave Pokemon. Okay, it loves sparkly things. Are its scales sparkly? Because I seem to recall something about a Gabite scale or something like that. Okay, so let's see what we have here. Oh, King's Rock. Okay, if you want to use this item to flinch opposing Pokemon, then go right ahead and do so. Otherwise, you can use the King's Rock to evolve Slowpoke and Poliwhirl into Slowking and Politoed, respectively. Okay, even though Torterra doesn't have a lot of HP left, still, I can still fight with it, and yeah, it's not going to be on the verge of dying due to these not-so-impressive attacks. Okay, is this going to get me up to level 50? Hopefully. Alright, there we go. Okay, I don't think I have any more time to fight any more wild Pokemon, so I'm going to stop here for today. Next time, we're going to get out of here, do some more side quests, and finally, move on with the game. See you all next time.